do. So, Mr. Prime Minister, I would like for you to, first of all, apologize on the way you responded to the question. And secondly, allow me to finish, please. Allow me to finish, please.
See on this matter than I do. I am not here to create, and I make that point very seriously, because I am not here to create a system that is going to deprive Jamaicans of their freedom. And you know what else?
But the bill does.
I am not hiding from consultation. I am here facing the questions. Unlike most, I am facing the questions and answering them. And I will go to every church in Jamaica, I will go to every room, every house, and I will answer them.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back once again. And if you're watching me from Caribbean country, you cannot afford to miss this video. So guys, this video that you are seeing right now, it is a forum. It was a forum going on in Jamaica between Jamaican Prime Minister, that it is Andrew Holness, together with some of the university students. So there is a university student who forced Prime Minister of Jamaica to apologize to the people for the what his government it has not delivered to the people of Jamaica. So this guy, I love his courageous, whereby you are telling your Prime Minister, the head of the nation, to apologize to the people because of the failures that your government it has done. It has not delivered. And this is a good forum which it is going on in Jamaica, and I love this forum. I wish even us Africa, they should introduce this forum whereby at least we should have a forum, people saying their issues direct to their president. If there is something wrong, you should tell the president direct instead of going to see somebody so that you can raise your issue. This is a good move for Jamaicans, and also because of this you can see some of the university students, they are opening their heart and telling Andrew Holness, you should apologize, you should come clear, we need this and this. So kindly guys, you need to watch this video till the end so that you can at least know what it was going on. So watch this video, then I will come back and explain more about this video.
Peeps, you know that the debate surrounding NIDS is on in earnest, and many persons are voicing their opinions and concerns. We see now where Prime Minister Andrew Holness has taken step to correct something in his head that is out in the public. He said someone spliced a video from a youth town hall to mislead you and give the impression that I disrespected a young man who asks about NIDS. This is not so. Please see the full exchange. We must be careful of those who will use dishonesty to achieve their narrow political objectives. Read for yourself, do your own research, and get full clips. Be careful of what and who you trust on social media. So I will play the video clip and you will decide for yourselves whether or not Prime Minister Andrew Holness would have responded to this young man in a way that would have been disrespectful. You will be the judge.
Good night, everyone. My name is Daniel Thomas. I'm the president of the Love March movement, which is a youth organization, and we have an initiative called Colorblind, which is where we encourage young people to be engaged in political and national matters with an unbiased eye, without political assignment or, alignment rather. Okay, so my issue that I would like to raise at this time is with respect to NIDS. All right. Now, I am not, and we are not, against a national ID. We see the benefit of it. There are great pros. It will fill gaps in the country, but we believe that in its current form, it poses significant issues for many Jamaicans, especially with the fact that there has not been, in my opinion, and many other Jamaicans, 60,000, I checked the petition this morning, 60,000 Jamaicans here and abroad who feel that there needs to be more consultation, ventilation of the issues, speaking about pros and cons All right, both of them are important to our consultative process. So we're being told that we must enroll in NIDS, or in the next 3 years we'll be possibly fined a max of $100,000 and barred from government services and possibly private services as well. The only exception being where there's a threat to health or life or a state of national emergency. Now, I'm deeply concerned about this bill because of the impact on the country.
So Charles, you have given us 2 points in the bill that you'd like responded to.
Well, I can't go into all of them, but just to say, right now I qualify for NHT.
Yes.
In 3 years, I will somehow lose my qualification because, I mean, somebody can respond to the NHT point, of course.
You're sure about that?
Well, that is my understanding because it won't be a threat to my life or health.
This is where you're going to come to get all the answers. All right. So allow them to respond now. Thanks, Charles. Really appreciate it.
We have over 60,000 Jamaicans.
So Charles, so you have to allow them to respond.
Me?
Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
Thomas, sorry.
I'm so sorry, Thomas. My apologies.
Can I just finish the last
name.
2 lines here?
The last 2 lines?
Very quick.
2 points or lines?
2 lines. So my closing thought would be to withdraw the bill, allow for proper ventilation of the issues over a 3-month period even, town hall meetings and joint select committee where we can properly speak about the many, many issues that are in the bill. We're not against the bill, but we are for the country of Jamaica moving forward.
Thanks,
well,
Thomas.
I tell you
excellent.
What,
Thomas, yes.
I'm very happy that we find common ground, being that we are both for the country moving forward. But I just wanted to know, can you now get your NHT benefit without providing identification? I just wanted to know. And the answer is no. No, you can't. Secondly, and let's be clear,
Hang on, Thomas, you don't get a second chance. So sorry, you already asked.
You've asked your question.
No, you already asked.
Oh, it was
I'm
rhetorical.
sorry.
Okay, fine. Like many other things, it's rhetorical. Fine. Secondly, Thomas, do you know, how old are you, Thomas?
I am 26.
Do you know that this bill, this idea of creating a national registry started from as early as 1970? And we have been discussing this national ID, morphed from having a birth certificate that's unique, starting with ID for voting, which by now most Jamaicans who don't intend to vote but who want some identification decides that, well, we will take the voter ID but we won't vote. I'll give my fingerprint for the voter ID but I don't vote. There are 1.8 million Jamaicans who want an ID and they give their fingerprint willingly, including some of the 60,000 who signed the petition. Answering personal questions, providing personal information, and freely giving of their biometric. The government has that now. What's new? You talk about consultation and speaking about this bill. In 2002, this bill was brought to the Parliament of Jamaica by the then Minister of Health, John Jr. It was tabled in Parliament and a joint select committee was named. It sat and languished and nothing happened. In 2009, former Prime Minister Bruce Golding saw that the bill was there, nothing is happening with it, started a resurrection of it. In 2012, former Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller took the bill And her very statements, this is a very important thing and we are going to push it, and started the negotiation for a loan to do this with the IDB. It was good for them to start the conversation about a $64 billion loan, but now it is not good. You know what I reject? Do you know what I reject? I reject the view that somehow you have a higher moral authority on this matter than I do. I am not here to create, and I make that point very seriously, because I am not here to create a system that is going to deprive Jamaicans of their freedom. And you know what else?
But the bill does.
I am not hiding from consultation. I am here facing the questions. Unlike most, I am facing the questions and answering them. And I will go to every church in Jamaica. I will go to every room, every house, and I will answer them. Because I am not trying to take away anybody's right.
Deal with the Prime Minister.
And I find that this discussion is disingenuous, unfair, and untruthful. And I will tell you, Jamaica, I am not going to hide from this. If you say that you are for Jamaica and that you agree that we should have a national civil registry, then let us talk as we are doing, but let us talk on the facts of the situation, not on the untruths and what we make up. Let us discuss the facts.
All right.
So this was the reaction of another young man who was not appreciative of how the Prime Minister responded to the first young man who questioned about NIDS.
Okay, good night everyone. My name is Glendon Martin. I am a student of the University of Technology. And I had a question, but the president had a similar question, so I'll allow him to ask the question. But what I have to say, well, I have a comment actually. The gentleman that asked the question on NIDS, Mr. Prime Minister, I was taken aback by the way you responded to the question. I felt that you came across too strong, and when I was listening to you, while I was listening to you, I was saying, should I go and ask this gentleman a question? Will he answer me in the same tone that he answered the young man? And what I want to say and what I want to see in Jamaica or overall with politics is that our politicians behave sometimes, even in parliament, when you see them jumping over, arguing with each other. Our young people are looking at this and they're saying this is something that is right because the politicians, the leaders of our country, this is something that they do. So, Mr. Prime Minister, I would like for you to, first of all, apologize on the way you responded to the question. And secondly, allow me to finish, please. Allow me to finish, please.
So, my darling, hang on 1 second. Sir, hold on, everybody. 1 second. You know, the great thing about youth, hold on, the great thing about youth is that we see no boundaries at all, none at all. I think that you possibly could think hard on your comment and suggestion, really, in terms of the implications. I understand your feeling, but allow the Prime Minister to respond, though, since you have no quiet question. Allow the Prime Minister to respond.
Just one thing I need to add to
no,
what I was
you've gone past your 30.
Well, just to what I was saying, that our country is seeing some improvement, and that is something I must commend your government on doing. But we want to see more and more where the young people voice is being heard, and you can listen and sit and talk with us to hear what we have to say.
Thank you so much.
Well, look, let me be frank with you, right? Let me be frank with you. I was a young man too. And that's an excellent strategy that you tried to use a while ago. I commend you. Excellent strategy. But I learned one lesson in my political career. Passion. And when you believe in something, you have to stand for it. And you have to speak with passion. And, you know, I'm sure Thomas knows that it was a very good back and forth response. And you made some points, Thomas, and I made some points. Exactly. And at the end of it, Thomas is going to sit me and say, "Hail, Prime Minister." And I'm going to say, "Hail, Thomas."
Yes. Yes. Come on now. Come on now.
That is just how debates go.
Yes.
And you know, when we are talking and our hands are gesticulating, as long as we remember to be respectful. That the personhood should not be violated, and that the opinions must be respected.
Absolutely.
Right? We agree?
Thank you so much, Prime Minister.
So the Prime Minister has been quick to tell everybody who is willing to listen that he is not the initiator of the National Identification System, and it was not a brainchild of his or the Jamaica Labour Party, but it was first initiated by the now opposition People's National Party, and it has been languishing in the office of the Prime Minister for decades, and he is now seeing the benefits of it, and he has decided to fast track its implementation. So this is what he had to say in relation to that. Since my involvement in the bill developed under my watch, we did not have a requirement for compulsory registration. It is most disingenuous of the opposition to now no longer support a bill which they were eager to fast track when they were in government, and in discussion insist that registration be mandatory. Any concerned Jamaican can simply do an online search to understand the level of hypocrisy displayed by the opposition. This bill was already in the office of the Prime Minister from the days of the previous administration. So this is what he had to say about that.
Mr. Speaker, before I ask for the approval of the amendments, there are two clauses in the bill which seem to have given concern to the public, and which I am compelled to take the time to explain. Clause 20 deals with the enrollment of citizens and provides for the fine of $100,000 if one does not comply. Mr. Speaker, since my involvement in the bill, and the bill that was developed under my watch, we did not have in that bill a requirement for compulsory registration. We started off from a position that we would seek to get the public to comply by virtue of them seeing the benefits of the bill. It was in discussions with a select team from the opposition that the opposition insisted that it be mandatory. And Mr. Speaker, the hypocrisy that I have had to listen to. But you know, Mr. Speaker, my mother always tells me, hold your tongue. Hold your tongue. Because you know, Mr. Speaker, again the falsehood about this bill not having the benefit of public discourse. In 2000, the then government, which is the opposition now, took a bill to Parliament, carried it to a joint select committee, and in that bill, Mr. Speaker, they had a clause for it to be mandatory. And guess what the fine was? $100,000 at that time. Now, if you brought $100,000 and added interest to it, inflation and everything to bring it up to current dollars, it would be a significant amount of penalty. So it is very disingenuous for the opposition to now come and try to claim a ground that they themselves rejected. Mr. Speaker, all that any concerned Jamaican has to do is just go on the internet, or if you store newspapers, go back, and you will see that the opposition, the then government, supported the bill, said how necessary it was, no less a person than the former Prime Minister. The bill, the National Identification System, I did not bring that into the office of the Prime Minister. It was already in the office of the Prime Minister from the opposition. When you look at the reports from JIS and the statements of urgency and importance for the bill to be done, Mr. Speaker, it is disingenuous, because it was always the intention of that government there.
So guys, this is what the failed government it should be facing when it has failed to do its work properly. So at first you can see that Andrew Holness was answering this question with the rudeness, with the harsh tone, not rudeness, with the harsh tone at first. And I hope you have realized how he was answering this question with a very, very harsh tone. And then this boy, he was true, this university student, he was true to his word, and also he didn't fear to tell the Prime Minister that you should apologize to the people because you have failed them. And guys, as I wanted to tell you that this was a forum whereby the government it wanted to introduce the NIDS. So this NIDS, it is a national ID for the student. It is like it is like a digital national identity for the university student. But this student, they came and said what they have to say, and this will teach you a lesson whereby Andrew Holness, he was having a difficult time to answering this question, because he knows he has not delivered what he needs to deliver to Jamaican people, and that's why at first he was answering with the harsh tone until the other student came and told Prime Minister, you are answering with the harsh tone, you are answering with a seriousness, so you need to cool down. You can see, and I really love the people of Jamaica by standing to their word, by telling the truth to the Prime Minister without no fear. And this should teach you a lesson even here in Africa. At least we should have a forum whereby we can talk directly to our president, and if he has failed us, we can be able to tell him directly that you have failed us, you need to apologize. You know, when these people they want to get a seat on the government, if they want to become president, if they want to become prime minister, if they want to become governors, they usually come with a lot of good thing to tell us, I will do this, I will do this. But when we have cast the vote, when they win, and that's the time that you will never see them coming back and do any development in your region or in our country. So I love how Jamaicans, they have come and addressed this issue directly to their Prime Minister. And you guys, you have really done an amazing job. Even for me, I wish I could be there as also to ask some of the question, because what it is happening in Jamaica, it is a lot of things happening in Jamaica. There's other people who are building hotels, and they are putting some of the restriction to the local people to come to their hotel. The white people, they want to take over Jamaica. They are building some nice hotel in the beaches. They are making a lot of beaches private. I don't know where Jamaican they will go to the beaches, and beaches, they are natural resource. Yeah guys, there is a lot of things happening in Jamaica, and Andrew Holness is nowhere to be seen, and that's why this student came and tell him directly. Yeah guys, so I don't want to add more things. Kindly, if you are watching, subscribe, like, share, and also comment.